Well, hello there, my name is Lovespuds. Welcome back to F1 2011 in career mode, Season 2, Round 9, United Kingdom, Silverstone for the British Grand Prix. And we're in an excellent position, as in the Drivers' Championship we are first, Constructors we are currently second, because Barrichello's not particularly pulling his weight yet. But here we go, Season 2, Race 9. And the date as I'm recording this is the 15th of June 2012. And why am I telling you the date? Because it is my birthday today. I'm yet another year older. I'm getting old and decrepit, but still making these videos because I love them. So what we're looking for, they're looking for a third place in qualifying, and they're expecting me to win the race. After what happened last year, is it really going to be possible? Practice is heavy rain, qualifying is clear, and the race is light clouds, so typical British weather. In time for July. So let's get right down to practice. As you can see, wonderful British rain falling on a lovely British track. I think I still prefer the old Silverstone layout, but still. Okay, this is my best practice lap. That last one wasn't particularly great. I haven't been doing very well in the wet at all, for some reason, I don't know why. But still, there's only so much I can probably do. I mean, the AI seems to have some amazing times in the wet. I don't know if I'd do any better with traction control off. I expect I'll be sliding everywhere. But, you know, I might be a tad faster, I don't know. I mean, speaking of traction control, I am actually starting to practice with it off. Doing the odd Grand Prix here and there with the traction control off. Just so I can get used to it, because my plan is for 2012, when that game comes out, is to do all of my races with traction control completely off. No assists at all, apart from having an automatic gearbox, which is probably best on a PS3 controller. I mean, you know, it's possible, don't get me wrong, but it would be easier if I had a steering wheel with the gears, the flappy pedal gearbox. So currently on this lap I lost a lot of time on second sector. I don't know why. I always do, especially in the wet, even if I don't put a foot wrong. But coming around these final corners, it's not looking great. It's a 133, 134 now. So where can we end up? It has to be better than 18th. So 13th, 137.6. Not bad, my engineer's okay. Barrichello managed to get into 10th, but only 6 tenths faster than me. So I'm 2 seconds off the first bloke's pace, who is Vettel. Not great, but still. We do better in the dry, I think. So let's move on to the old qualifying. Should be nice and dry. The sun is actually shining. Makes a nice change. This year's Grand Prix is going to be wet and windy. That's for sure. Because apparently our summer isn't starting till September, from what I saw on the front page of a newspaper this morning. Which sucks. So it's all going to be wet, windy and stormy for the next couple of months. That's amazing. And we're meant to get the well, the equivalent of a month's rainfall in 24 hours. That's what I heard. Great birthday present that is. But anyway. Who's that in the distance? It is Mr. Webber. He hasn't set a time yet, so we can't compare our time to his, but he's got his DRS open as we fly around that corner. just getting up on the inside of him, edging him out slightly, ruining his lap. But you know, the AI isn't really that simulated on here, so any time he posts will be completely unrealistic to what he's doing on the track. But 1 minute 2 at the end of sector 2. Only the final sector to go, number 3. Glock has set a time of 1:30.9. That's oh god, I hope I beat that. I should do, seeing as it's not wet. Oops, nearly sliding up the back end there. I've got some sort of setup going on here to try and make me faster around this circuit. So there is 1:29.6. Where does that place us?
Qualified in 13th, lower than we had hoped for.
Oh look, 13th, considering they wanted me 10 places higher than that. It's pretty dismal. Barrichello 1 place ahead of me. That's even worse. But I've never been very strong on this circuit, as you might have seen from last year. I got very, very frustrated last year with that driving and crashing off everywhere. Ended up finishing 18th or something. That was really bad. But let's see if we can do something better this year. Hopefully we'll get a good start. We usually seem to. I mean, for some reason the AI is a bit weird at the starts, doesn't really push very hard. I suppose it's in the coding to try and not to crash into everyone else. But hey ho, it's all good for me. So here we are at race day. And the objective is simply to win the race. See what we can do.
All set.
As he waggles his finger. We know everything is okay. Alright, so Mr. Vettel is on pole, finger boy. Barrichello is in 12th, and I am in 13th. So let's get this race underway. As the lights come on, we are preparing to go. Trying to manage my revs carefully, and we're off. Straight up to fuel mixture rich straight away to get past Barrichello. Ooh, up behind Masso, who's a bit of a slow getaway. Slot in behind Kobayashi. Got around the first corner without any too much incident. Without tapping anyone. So we fly past the Ferrari and the Saubers and everyone else that was in on the right there. On the inside of Button and Schumacher, making it stick. Schumacher just slots in behind me, couldn't hold on to it. Using up a bit of my KERS, we've made it up to 4th, which is a very good start indeed. Just coming up behind Hamilton, try and stay on his tail and then line him up for a pass if we can. So the gap is already a 0.6 of a second to Schumacher. He won't be that far behind after a few corners, I'm sure. This corner's a bit weird for me because I definitely have to drop a gear, even though I'm in automatic, so I have to slow down. Because if I keep that in 6th gear going around there, I will not get very far with the acceleration. So the gap's pretty even between Hamilton and Schumacher. I'm right in the middle there. Let's see, in the sector 3 right now, coming around the final corners. Seems to be in a pretty stable position so far. Coming up the inside of Hamilton. Oh, not gonna. Yeah, he's got the inside. Tap the back of his wheel. Not gonna make it on this lap. So if we end lap 1, Vettel is leading to whoever that is in second. Could be anyone, I can't see him. It looks like Rosberg to me, because Schumacher's behind me, and then Hamilton's in 3rd, I'm in 4th, Schumacher's in 5th, and Button is in 6th, I believe. So not doing too bad, not doing too bad at all. Lap 2 of 10. That's a corner that sometimes catches me out. Can be if you get it wrong, it'll mess you up for the next corner as well a little bit. Won't give you enough speed on the entry. the next corner, I mean. But anyway, Schumacher's right on my backside. The top three have edged away slightly for my poor taking of the previous corners. Coming through here, I seem to have grasped those corners a bit better now than I did last time. So gap is 1 second to Hamilton, and Schumacher is 6/10 behind. Not doing too bad. We're not going to particularly lose this position anytime soon, hopefully. Hamilton having a look at Rosberg, but Rosberg is having none of it. You can see, end of lap 2, we're still in 4th. No change, no change. What's going on in the world of F1 then? Last weekend's Canada Grand Prix was a magnificent display for Hamilton. He didn't put a foot wrong, he was fastest in practically all the practice sessions. Then Vettel beat him on a couple, and then Vettel beat him in practice 3 and then qualifying, I believe. So Hamilton started second, and then through a genius strategy from McLaren they managed to do the 2-stop and make it work, whereas Alonso and Vettel went too far on their tyres and completely wrecked them by the end. They could have held on to the lead if they'd pitted when Hamilton did, but unfortunately they got greedy and went for the win, and it paid Alonso dear. Vettel did a bit of damage limitation by going into the pits a few laps before the end, but Hamilton drove very, very well. He likes Canada very much, and he comes the 7th winner in 7 Grand Prix, something we've never seen before. Oh, going up the inside of Hamilton there. Not quite going to happen just yet. Getting really close to the back of him. You couldn't get much closer without touching him. Getting the call for the pit stop at the end of this lap. Oh, banging it a bit though. I tried to back off a little bit because I know I couldn't beat him round that first corner, since they're all faster than me around that bit. Right, all the DRS is open. Ooh, slid on the grass a bit, which threw me off, so I've lost a bit of speed there. DRS open. Oh, going wide here as well, messing up slightly, so I've lost a couple of positions. Button's on my left, and Schumacher has got past for 4th place. So I'm going to stop behind Button here. I'm in 6th. Going to try and get his slipstream at some point and go past. Got to be really careful that I don't bash into him or slide off somewhere. I'm trying to be a clean racer. I don't want to keep bashing them about a bit, even though I rarely, well, I don't know how many times I do it a race. But I suppose I'm cleaner than most people. Then we come up behind him nicely here. But anyway, that Canada race was pretty good. Good for a number of people. Paul di Resta got up to 5th at one point, but the Force Indias fell back a bit out of the points, which is a bit of a shame. But Sauber had another fantastic showing, finishing in the 3rd with Perez, which is good to see. And Grosjean finishing in 2nd. Well, he's definitely outshining Raikkonen at the moment. Hopefully Raikkonen can pick up his performance, because I would like to see him win a race at least. But it does look like Grosjean's more likely to win the race out this season. Oh, going up the inside of Button there. But he's got the inside on this corner, so he's going to get right back past again. I'm in 3rd at the minute because a few of them went into the pits, so someone's leading. I can't remember who. It must be one of the Mercedes, I guess. Either that or it's Hamilton, but I expect Hamilton would have gone in the pits, and then Button's got to come in this lap. But yeah, as I was saying, another good race of Canada. This season's turning out to be really interesting. I'm glad I can watch most of these races now. Oh, get the slipstream on button a little bit there. Going for the inside line, but just not enough. Not close enough. Going into the pits now. Button does as well. Now, what happens here is really stupid. I shouldn't have been that fast. But because I have no control of what's happening here, that happens. You know, if I was in control, I would have backed off a tiny bit. But unfortunately, because this computer is a little bit stupid, it decides to take Button out for me. And luckily I don't get a penalty for that.
Exit now.
But that was a bit stupid. That's one way of getting past him, I know. There we go. Coming out behind Rosberg over there. His pit lane is extremely slow, 37 miles an hour. Which I suppose is about 60 kilometers per hour. Or whatever it is.
No more scheduled pit stops, so look after your tyres.
Oh, Schumacher saying hello there. But I'm going to take it oh, hang on. I was going to say I was going to take it easy to stay out in front of him, but no, I had to get on the curves to defend that position. I don't really want to give it back to Schumacher. Right, so I'm out behind Vettel at the moment, who's in 4th. I assume he's already... I think, yeah, he did pit. So, if I have any chance of winning this race, I have to get past Vettel. Nearly hitting the bollards there, that was extremely close. But Schumacher in my slipstream, thinking he can have a go. But it's not going to happen yet. I've got some cold tyres, so I need to be careful about going around corners at the moment, because they need time to warm up. Just hoping I don't mess up too badly here. Vettel is over there, 3.4 seconds away. Schumacher is within half a second. Just got to defend my position now. It's not going to be good if I go wide like that. But we're doing a lot better than we did last year. I think last year we would already spun out a couple of times. That was horrible. But this year looks like it's going to be a lot better. Glock was in 4th. He must have just went straight into the pits there, so we've moved up to 4th, just outside the podium. Let's see if we can catch up to Vettel somehow, so we can at least have a podium finish for our home Grand Prix. Lap 7 of 10. Let's get in there. Holding it on nicely for now. As I say, I can't wait for F1 2012. It's going to be sweet. Even if the game isn't going to be like perfect or great or whatever, because some people still prefer F1 2010 to 2011 and all that. It'll be nice to get the new cars, the new drivers and all that shizzle, all the new bits and pieces. It's nice. It's just nice to have a new game, even if it has shortcomings and all that. Yeah, it'd be a new season. I'd like to see this new young driver test in action, because that's something that has captured a little bit of my interest. And also another thing I didn't say in my last video. Well, the engineer's getting a bit edgy. I think I need to pass him, of course. I'm set the fastest lap, which is amazing. That never happens in Silverstone for me. But yeah, one thing I didn't say in my last video, apparently F1 2012 has got localized weather. And you see they introduced weather systems in, what was it, 2010 or was it this year? I can't remember. Changeable, dynamic weather, that's it. But now, in this new one, if they actually put it in the game, they'll have localized weather, which means you could have a really dry track after some rain, but some sections of the track may still be raining. So if you've got traction control off, you could be speeding along on the dry, and you suddenly come across a wet patch, it could make you unstuck a bit, or whatever the phrase is. You can end up sliding off pretty easily, so you've got to pay attention to what's on the track and what the grip levels are and all that stuff. That should be quite interesting.
Crew are getting ready for a stop. One of their drivers is coming in.
Heidfeld's in the lead. Really? Is Heidfeld really going to win a race? Okay, fair enough. But we're doing pretty well at the moment. We're catching up to Vettel. Oh, we've gone up to third. I don't quite know how that happened. Maybe Heidfeld went into the pits or something. I don't know. It's about time he did, because it looks like there's a Mercedes in front of that Red Bull. I'll have to find out who's in the lead in a second.
Pace, the car behind's catching you.
Schumacher is catching me slightly, but the gap is 1.6 seconds to him, so we're quite comfortable as long as we don't make a mistake. See how we do going around these corners. Not bad at all, really. I mean, for those of you who have seen my first season at Silverstone, you'll know how very dismal my performance was in that race. And if you compare it to this one, it's a vast improvement, even if I do a bit of corner cutting there. But still, one lap to go. Am I going to get past these guys, take the win?
This is the last lap. If we take this guy, we gain some points.
Of course we gain some points. You don't need to tell me that. So yeah, Rosberg is in the lead. I set the fastest lap again, trying to catch up to Vettel. What can we honestly do? He seems quite far away. Didn't get the DRS on him, so we're outside the second. We're going slightly wide there onto the rubber marbles, losing it slightly. It doesn't look like we're going to catch up to him now because of that mistake. It looks like I'm a bit too far off to make a difference. So let's hold on to this third place for a podium. We'll get around these corners. Well, not as good as last time, but still pretty good. Apart from that going wide there. Just switching the mixture down to standard. I didn't realise I had it on full all the race. But sometimes I feel I have to, just to keep up with these guys. So for the little bit we got left, just taking it easy, trying to make sure I don't make any mistakes. And Nico Rosberg has won the race. Vettel is second, and I am in third. Schumacher following close behind there in fourth. So not bad, gained 10 places, but still not meeting our objective.
That's third on podium. Well done. Good
The
race.
Germans at the top, 1 and 2. I stopped it from being a complete German wipeout. At the top there, Barrichello down is 17th. Really? He lost like 5 positions or so, which is a tad annoying. Doesn't help in our constructors battle. But looking at that, we had the fastest lap, which is pretty cool. So in the Drivers' Championship we are first, 195 points. Mark Webber is following behind on 119. Nico Rosberg is 100. Constructors, we are still second with 201. Red Bull have 217. So not actually that far behind, which is pretty nice. Let's go to our little sort of celebration, but inside we're quite disappointed. Sort of giving the people a wave. Quite happy, but not really. We wanted the win. Let's go for this lovely interview where a lot of things are repeated. Let's see. So I suppose puts me in a good position to challenge, or is a lot of work to do? Yeah, good position to challenge. That's what I went for.
We're at the midpoint of the season now, and everyone's well into the swing of things. But have you been happy with your pace in the races so far?
Well, sure. I think we're doing well.
Well, there's a long way to go until the end of the season, but currently you're holding on to the top spot in the table. So has it crossed your mind that you could still be there come the end of the year?
Well, to be fair, we need to keep it together for the final races. And then we'll be at the top. And we'll win, of course. Alright, let's have a look at old laptop. Another mail. 8th podium this year, not bad at all. It's cool, good job from Andy. He's happy enough. But anyway, next stop, Germany, Nürburgring, round 10. I'll see you next time.